Welcome to episode 17 of Drew's Basketball Crew here on this Friday morning. Myself, Drew Skyberg, bringing you your winning lineup on Fantasia Sports. And look, this is going to be a good slate. We still have some questions with some of the trade deadline acquisitions for a lot of teams if they're going to be playing tonight. So we're going to visit that, and we'll highlight, of course, some value with that as well. And full disclosure, a few hours I'll be getting all four wisdom teeth pulled. So I'll be watching the games. So just keep in mind when you're watching the games, I might not be a full 100% when I'm watching, but I will be watching. I assure you that. But let's get into it here. Let's talk about, what's all going on. Let's talk about the value we got, and let's get right into it. So, first things first, we have to talk about an interesting game to start. 14-41 San Antonio and 14-42 Detroit. So, in this one, we're looking at an interesting one. We're looking at, Zach Collins is a guy who is going to be probably a very good value play due to the guys who are going to be out for San Antonio. So, right, I mean, all trades that happened. Jakob Poeltl gone. Kem Birch, an acquisition we're waiting on. Langford, Jones, Sohan, all game time decisions. Devin Vassell's out. Keldon Johnson could be another good value play as he looks like he's going to be good to go. Next thing, it was Phoenix, Indiana. In this one, Miles Turner for Indiana could be a good play along with Tyrese Haliburton. Haliburton's the guy who I'm looking at tonight, but Phoenix, there's some value as Durant's not playing, Payne's not playing, Shamet's not playing. I really think you're going to see like Devin Booker, if he's good to go. I think Torrey Craig's would be a nice value play. Not really on Jock Londale. It looks like he'll get some good minutes, but don't know if I could risk that there. Next game we'll talk about is the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers. This one, again, is in Philly. Embiid's a game. I think Embiid will play. I'm not sure about Josh Hart, who newly acquired for the New York Knicks. And also the other one would be Jalen McDaniels, newly acquired for the 76ers. So what that means is I do like Julius Randle again in this one. I like Jalen Brunson again. Maybe I should like Quentin Grimes. I think he could have a nice game here, depending on if Hart plays. I think if Hart plays, that's kind of his spot. So I'm gonna be monitoring that. Otherwise, yeah, if Embiid plays, you play him. You probably play him, but there's some other. I think there are better options tonight. So not really much in that game. I think the best center value play you will get is with the Charlotte Hornets. You get Mark Williams now, who has like no competition. He's gonna put together some nice minutes. Reggie Jackson out, Cody Martin out, Kelly Oubre out. Mark Williams is gonna be your guy. A lot of injuries, a lot of people out for Boston as well. Looks like Sam Hauser's gonna be starting. Tatum's a game time decision on the fence. I actually personally think Tatum, Horford, and Williams will play. I think Brown, Smart, those guys will not be. But it's a game to monitor also. So yeah, I have Sam Hauser could be decent value. Probably not going to be taking him. Derek White probably is the guy I'm taking. If Jason Tatum's ruled out too, I'm definitely going to be taking a guy in that Boston lineup. It's going to be probably Derek White. Now with Toronto and Utah, it depends now for Toronto if Jakob Poeltl's playing, because Precious Achiuwa is another good center option for you. OG Anunoby's out tonight, so Gary Trent, Scotty Barnes, both those guys keep a lookout for. Westbrook's out for Utah. I'm looking at Walker Kessler also, so not to give a lot of center options, but there are a lot of center options. Walker Kessler could be a great play tonight. Jordan Clarkson also. I also like the value he brings with Utah tonight. Houston, Miami's our next one. We got a lot of games tonight, so bear with me. Houston, looking at them. Kevin Porter's out. Deshaun Nix will be starting at the 1, it looks like. I'm looking more at Jalen Green. The numbers he's put up, I think he's a good matchup defensively on top of it. A lot of injuries, a lot of people out for Miami. Looks like Gabe Vincent's going to get the start. Gabe Vincent has done well in this start. Plus, if there's blowout potential, I still think Vincent would get a lot of minutes. Caleb Martin also. Um, those are guys like Bam Adebayo. I like his matchup. For in Şengün, not the best defender. I think Adebayo is a good play tonight too. But on the Houston side, one more time, Green. I could still see myself taking Green or Şengün. Not both, but one of those two. I'm just a fan of a lot of value we get tonight. It's a lot of guys just moving teams, so they're not going to be out probably tonight. Minnesota now, who has kind of a new team. Mike Conley, and we're waiting on to see if Conley's good to go or not. Not sure on that, but we do know for Memphis, Xavier Tillman's going to get the start at the 5. So Tillman at the 5, possibly against Gobert. But otherwise, Tillman's going to get some good minutes. Otherwise, with Minnesota, I mean, you can go take Anthony Edwards if you want scoring. He's going to score a lot tonight. But I don't have any other suggestions or takeaways from this Minnesota-Memphis game, unfortunately. But in this Cleveland-New Orleans, we have there's some good bit of value. Is it going to be Donovan Mitchell's night? Hopefully, if he's good to go, hopefully he can. Looks like he'll be good to go, and hopefully he can put up a nice game. But I think New Orleans, again, is where the value comes in. Zion ruled out. You're looking at Herb Jones. You're looking at Trey Murphy and Brandon Ingram. Out of those guys, I would obviously, I'd pick Brandon Ingram. I think Ingram's going to be a nice play tonight. But I think if you're looking for value, I think Trey Murphy is your guy. So if you have some salary left, you go Ingram. But if you don't, you go Murphy, I think. Another game we're waiting on is OKC Portland. A lot of stuff happened with this one. I'll start by saying both Jalen Williams will be starting for OKC, but I will say that I'm not particularly taking anyone in particular in this one. In this game, Portland did a lot of trades. Reddish, Thibault, are they playing? It's on the fence right now, but Nasir Little is going to be a guy who's going to step in the starting lineup now and take Hart's place. Drew Eubanks is still there, so another center. If you don't like any of the centers I mentioned, you can take Eubanks. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander could be a good take, or would be like the guy I take out of both these games. But okay, he's going to be the most expensive player out of both these teams, so. That's where I'd go, and then Eubanks would be the value, and then I would take Jalen Williams, Jaylin Williams of OKC would be my pick. 2 games left. We have Dallas Sacramento. This game should have a lot of points. In this one, right, Dallas, Doncic, it looks like a game time decision. It looks like he probably won't play. Kyrie Irving, though, is going to be a guy who I'm looking at in the lineup, again, making his debut with Dallas a few games ago. Looking at a guy to add to my DFS plays. Other than Irving, with Dallas, maybe Dwight Powell, another center. Not ideal, I know, but not really looking at Hardaway or Bullock. With Sacramento, however, I'm looking at Keegan Murray. He's done a lot of great things the past few weeks. Another pretty good matchup. I want to see what Keegan Murray can do for Sacramento. And then last game here, we have Milwaukee and Los Angeles, the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard's ruled out in this one. Mason Plumlee also not playing. Bones Highland or Gordon. Now we're playing very similar team to last week, but no Kawhi Leonard. So Norman Powell, who had a big game against the Bucks last week, will be in the starting lineup. The Bucks then, Pat Connaughton, it's going to be the same lineup as last night in Los Angeles, it looks like. Portis could be back, though, soon. Like, sooner rather than later is the exciting part. No Crowder again, as I mentioned. You could just Giannis, what he's done against the Clippers. I would love to see what they do against him tonight. Like, they're gonna have to throw a lot of bodies at Giannis, as it did not work last week. Um, but otherwise, I might be looking at like Drew Holiday tonight. I think he can put up a lot of points here. Um, but other than that, I'm not sure if I'm on anyone particular in this one. Definitely the paint is going to be Giannis's, so I wonder if Lopez is going to be taking some threes, more threes than usual tonight. But no, not really on anyone with LA. Maybe Paul George if you want to go that route, but not really for me. We'll talk some value here before we wrap up. And with that, the value starts with. Do you guys want the value here? Okay, the value plays that I'll talk about go with Mark Williams. Sorry, I just had to gather it all here. Zach Collins, and then I could say D'Anthony Melton. I didn't really mention him, but like now looking back at it, Melton certainly has a better matchup. In terms of opportunity tonight. Like no Thibault there, and I think that helps his case. But we'll go off more of the value. I was throwing out through the episodes. I'll reiterate that. Starts again with, right, I mean, the guys who are gonna benefit from the trades that took place, right? Like guys like Eubanks, Nasir Little, Jalen Williams with the eye, Xavier Tillman thrown in there. More value. Deshaun Nix is gonna get some opportunity. Not sure if I'm on that kind of value though. Gabe Vincent with Miami. Looks like he'll start. Walker Kessler solidified in the 5 spot. Mark Williams, though, I'll start him. I think he should be in everyone's lineup tonight. Otherwise, Melton, I'll throw in there again with with Thibault gone. It looks like he'll have some nice minutes there. Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, Zach Collins, both those guys. Lastly, I'll throw in Torrey Craig, the 3. So that should cover some value at each position. And just, time to make our winning lineups and time to win DFS here. So that's going to wrap it up here for myself, Drew Skyberg. Again, I'll be back Monday night. Hopefully everything goes well with the wisdom teeth removal, but all my lineups up shortly. And that'll wrap it up for myself, Drew Skyberg, here on this Friday morning. Thank you all for listening to yet another episode of Drew's Sports Crew, the perfect podcast for you.